Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, you will learn how to track custom dimension in Google Analytics 4. In Universal Analytics, you can send some parameter to enrich your data, and that additional data are available in the shape of custom dimension and custom metrics in Google Analytics 4. You can also configure them, however, there are some differences. So first of all, I will need to clear what is dimension. It is an attribute that describes something like product, event, context, user, etc. Let's take a look at examples. ID of an element that was clicked. Let's say if you have several important buttons on the page and each one of them have different ID. So that ID is used to distinguish in your report which exact button was clicked. Another example is transaction ID. For example, when you open a report of all transactions that occurred on the page, each transaction ID is a dimension. Then another example could be user's registration country, user's pricing plan, product category, etc. Right now I am in the event section of Google Analytics 4 and you can see event name, event count, total user, etc. So simply you can consider this part as a dimension and this part is a matrix. Now go to pages and screen classes. Here you can see page title and screen class, that is dimension. Here you can see all these are dimensions, and if you want to add something additional, then click on this plus icon and find that from here and just select whatever you want. If you want to find most extensive list of dimension, then go to explore section, click here, click on freeform. Here you can see dimension, click on this plus icon. Here you will find various dimension that is available on Google Analytics 4. Although right now here you can see there are 170 dimension, but still it does not cover all the cases. That is where we need custom dimension. Here you can see there is 170 dimension, but you may see 167 in your account because I think I have created 3 custom dimension. So that is why you are seeing 170 dimension here. Now let's see how can you create custom dimension. Here I am on the demo page and I want to track the form submission, but let's imagine same page have more than one form. Then in this case you will need to know the submission of each form separately. So let's see what can we do in Google Tag Manager in order to distinguish these forms. This is the demo form of contact form 7. As I am just going to explain you about custom dimension and I have chosen the case of form submission events. I have already set up the basic things of form submission in Google Tag Manager, like I have already created variables, trigger and tag. Here I have created data layer and lookup table in variable, and in trigger section I have created custom event, and in tag section I have created GA4 event for form submission. The thing I will explain you will work if you have done this setup properly in Google Tag Manager. I have already created a video for it. You can find it from my channel. So now let's see. Click on this preview button and copy this demo URL and paste it here. Click on connect. Here you can see page is loaded with tag assistant. Here click on continue. Now submit the form. Here you can see form is submitted. Now let's see. Now go to data layer. Here you can see event and form ID. This is the unique form ID, and if your website have two different form, will have different form ID. Click on data layer. Here you can see event and form ID. This is the unique form ID. If your website have two different form on the same page, then in this case your both form will have different form ID. So we will use this form ID to track submission of each form of the same page. So now let's see how to do it. Come in Google Tag Manager. So first of all, we will create a trigger. Click on trigger. Click on new. Select the custom event and here copy this event name and paste it here. Name the trigger. I am naming custom GF7. You can name whatever you want and save. Since we want to use this form ID, so let's come to Google Tag Manager and go to variable section. Click on new. Here you can see data layer. Copy form ID from here and paste it here and name the variable. You can name whatever you want. Now go to tags, click on new, select GA4 event configuration, select GA4. Here you need to enter event name, although you can enter something like form submit, like this form underscore submit or whatever you want. But if you see official document of Google Analytics 4, it suggests to use generate underscore leads. Here you can see a user submit a form or request for information. So I would enter here generate underscore lead. Now click on event parameters, click on add row. Keep in mind that this parameter are used in creating custom dimension in Google Analytics 4. I am entering here form ID. About value, here you will enter the data layer variable that we created. Click on this plus icon. Here you can see custom form ID data layer variable that we created. Select it. So when tag will fire, it will tag form ID, this form ID. Now select the trigger, this one custom CF7 and name the trigger. You can name whatever you want and save it. Click on preview. Click continue. Now submit the form. Form is submitted. Let's see here. You can see tag is getting fired. You can see here event name, generate lead. If you want to see the value of form ID, click here value and you can see value that is 75. We can see here form ID value is 75. Now let's come to Google Analytics 4. Click on admin. Here you can see debug view. Click on debug view. And here you can see generate lead and generate leads. So let's see what is it. The reason of seeing duplicate data is this tag. Here you can see there is one more tag that content event name generate leads, and here we have just created a tag that event name content generate lead. So generate lead, that is the event name we just created. Click on it and here you can see form ID that is 75. But even though you see the form ID here, it will not appear in your regular Google Analytics report because it is just an event parameter. And if you want to see in other report, then you will have to register it in custom dimension that comes under custom definition. Here you can see custom definition. Click on it and click on custom dimension. Here you can see dimension name, description that is optional, event parameter and scope. Click on it, you can see event and users. So in our case we will use event. In event parameter, you will enter the form ID. This form ID, copy it from here and paste it here. Name the dimension. I am naming it custom form. Click on save. Now custom dimension is created. So from now you will have to wait for 24 hours to see this data in Google Analytics 4 report. You can see that data in engagement section. Click on it, go to event section. The custom dimension that I just created, you will find that custom dimension here after 24 hours. Keep in mind that you can create up to 50 custom dimension in one GA4 property. If you need to create report with that dimension, then you will need to go to explore section. Click on explore. Here you can see freeform. Click on it. Here you can see dimension. Click on this plus icon and search the dimension that I just created. I had named it custom forms. So you can see that is appearing here. Just check it and click on import. Here you can see custom form. Drag it here and here you can see matrix event count. Here you can see custom form and not set. Right now you are not seeing any data because I have just created it, and you may see some data after 24 hours from now. So this is how it is done. Thanks for watching.